A warning now to middle-aged Fleetwood Mac fans. If you turn up with a skinful at the gig, it's likely to be the most expensive concert you never saw. Dunedin police say people downing cheap alcohol before they get to the stadium are having a few too many, and the culprits are mainly women. I spoke to Sergeant Ian Paulin, who's in charge of alcohol harm in Dunedin, where Fleetwood Mac's playing on Saturday.
It's probably a problem that the whole country sees, but when we as a population preload before a concert, we tend to err on the side of too much, no, not too little, and that creates a wee problem at the gates when people can't get in.
So spell it out for us. What's preloading?
So preloading is having a number of drinks before you get into the venue, and it's pretty common across the country, across big events, rugby games, concerts, etc. So I suppose the alcohol that's purchased from an off-licence is cheaper than an on-licence, so that tends to tip the balance towards having some drinks at home or on the way there, and usually the volume is just a couple too many.
So I know it's an issue around the place, but specifically in your neck of the woods, who are we talking about here? Who are the ones most likely to kind of go a little bit too far with the preloading?
Well, I suppose the demographic for the concerts we've had in the last wee while, and certainly for Fleetwood Mac that we've got on Saturday, tend to be your people middle-aged, the 40 plus, and so that it tends to put it in that category. I'd say, looking at the concerts we've had, we've probably got more of a female demographic than the male. So maybe we see, just from the sheer numbers, more women are preloading too much, and they're just getting turned away at the gates. The security do a good job at vetting people as they walk up. So when you can't get in and you've shelled out the best part of $300 for a ticket, you tend to get a wee bit upset.
Yeah, so drunk middle-aged women we're talking here. How do you pick them up at the gates? What are they? I mean, how does this sort of show itself?
Well, all the signs of intoxication can become pretty evident, especially if you've got a queue. You can tend to hold things together for 20, 30 seconds, but when you've got to talk to a security guard, stand in front of them, you tend to get a bit wobbly, your speech isn't the best, your coordination's gone. You tend to get a wee bit colourful with your language when they're starting to turn you away. So security are really real practiced in turning people away, and it's when they become argumentative and push the issue that police get involved.
Hey, so have you ever been at one of those concert situations where you've had to say to a drunk middle-aged woman, sorry, I know you've paid $300 for the ticket, but you're out? Well, we haven't removed that. That's the security's job. It's when they're outside and arguing that they've spent this money, they need to get in, and it's like, well, you can't get in. It's a licensed premises. You can't go into any bar anywhere in the country when you're intoxicated. It's the same for a concert venue, same Forsyth Bar in Dunedin, and they've got to realise when it doesn't matter if you've bought a $300 ticket or not, you just can't enter that place. So that's when the discussion usually ends up with a trip to the police station where they can have a look at a cell wall instead of looking at a concert. Hey, so what, 30,000 punters you're expecting at Fleetwood Mac, yeah? Roundabout? Just under 30,000, yeah. So you're going to be there. What will your job be on the night? So as alcohol harm prevention sergeant, I run one of our teams that's there. So we're focusing on supporting the security. The security is the main people that look after all the intoxication, all the any crowd issues, and we're there to assist them. And they do a fantastic job. Red Badge Security run the stadium, and pretty experienced bunch. So we're pretty much there to support them. And if things go a wee bit awry, then that's when we step in and we'll take the appropriate action. This is kind of interesting, isn't it? Because a lot of the times the message is being sent to young people around alcohol. You'd think that people of this age group should probably know a bit better. Preloading is right across the board. Doesn't matter, gender or age, and it's probably when you look at the concert demographic. If we looked at a Kendrick Lamar concert that we had last year, that was a really young age group, and we had very, very young people, underage people consuming vast amounts of RTDs and other substances and not getting into the concert. So you just got to look at what is the demographic we're looking at for this concert, and then we police and approach it appropriately. A lot of those people probably listening now, so what's your message to them? Oh, there's nothing wrong with having a couple of drinks with your mates before a concert. It's just
you've got to just apply a bit of common sense, because my experience of 30 years of policing would show that no one makes a good decision when they're intoxicated. So stay on the good side of the ledger, and you'll make a great decision.
So that's Sergeant Ian Paulin there.